This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Forget the frustration of picking commerce platforms when you switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell. With Shopify, you'll harness the same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/tech.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See detail.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's podcast episode. And I've got a fantastic guest for you today. She's an expert at digital marketing, Toccara Charisma, and she's actually out of the Aloha state. And I really love her experience and expertise for the audience out there that is interested in social media marketing, content marketing. She's the one to ask. Welcome, Toccara, to the show. Welcome, Toccara.
Thank you for having me. And I found out a little tidbit on used to live in Hawaii for a little bit, so we have a connection.
Yeah, it was a great 3 years, and yeah, I love the Hawaiian Islands and the people. So, but talk about your journey, and because I know you're originally from LA, marketer, and then now you're living life in Hawaii, and what the work that you do.
Yeah, so born and raised in LA, and I've been in Hawaii for 18 years now because of my children who are born and raised here. And I am the daughter of two hardworking entrepreneurial doctors, which we were talking about earlier, who have since retired and are now farmers and grow grapes and make wine in Paso Robles in California. So if you're ever there, check out Four Sisters Ranch. I'm one of the Four Sisters. But that really showed me a strong work ethic when I was younger. And I always was told that I could do anything that I wanted. And so I had this strong entrepreneurial spirit. I graduated business economics from UCSB, and I found that I really wanted to thrive in the air of my own business. I didn't thrive under fluorescent lights in an office or for someone else. So I did start in commerce business many years ago, 2007, as a solution to a problem where I couldn't find clothing for my baby. That was when I was pregnant with my firstborn. And so that turned into an international business. It was quite successful, and e-commerce wasn't even a thing yet. So it was this whole new concept. So I learned so much by building that business, and also learned that I really preferred the service side of marketing, that I really love grassroots growing businesses. And I was good at that. I wasn't so in love with product management, inventory, coming up with new styles and ideas, but I got such a thrill ride off of just growing a business, going to sleep at night and waking up to money in my inbox quarters. That was such a cool concept. It was so new back then. So fast forward, and now I own a digital marketing agency, Charisma Marketing, and we provide full service digital marketing for our clients. And we're really data and analytically based because we believe in the data guiding our decisions. And that helps us solve very complex marketing and growth problems that our clients are facing. And we pull together a full service omni-channel plan for them and then execute it and help them get to that next level of growth.
Yeah, really fascinating. And we're going to talk about AI and data analytics. And so one thing is, as a marketer, like marketing, you have to be very quick on your feet. And there's so many trends. It's almost like fashion. How do you successfully manage to keep ahead of these trends, and how do you do it, and what emerging trends dominating here and throughout, and how to stay competitive as a business?
Yeah, I would love to take credit for that I'm on that cusp, but I would say 90% of that was luck in my life. I just got into certain industries right before they really hit hard. So I'm blessed in that way. And what I see now as we're doing this interview, and it's mid 2024, AI is a huge thing. As we all know, everyone's talking about it. It's been around for years and years, but ChatGPT just really put it on the map. And that is guiding so much of the marketing these days. And it has its drawbacks and its benefits. Everyone knows this. We've heard arguments on both sides. But it definitely is helping businesses streamline a lot of the tasks in their marketing that they otherwise had to hire an employee for, or they couldn't do very well. And we're using it at a very advanced level. We will use it, for example, to write code in Excel sheet that are so long that they crash. The document literally crashes to create custom filters for websites that cannot come out of the box, right? On the website. There's no app for it. There's no plugin. So now we're writing script and code, which is, there's too late doing that. But these are the things that we're doing with AI and how powerful it is. And of course, the trend has been for many years, social media and the onset of TikTok and videos and reels. And so for a lot of businesses, especially service-based businesses, where the owner is the face of the company, and generational, there's a difference, right? If they're an older generation, they're not as comfortable, perhaps, with this new concept of video marketing, where you pull out your phone, right? And you just put it on yourself. And so that is what a lot of service-based businesses are using to get ahead, because they're creating entertaining or educational or relatable content and putting it out there so that they can have authority in the space. And that's a lot of what's happening. And when people are scared of it, naturally, no problem with that, it can hold them back, because the train's moving forward and it's like, you got to hop on the train or it's going to pass you. And so that's something that your competitors could very well be doing and you're not.
Yeah. And I love, because you're on the cutting edge, and we could talk about the traditional marketing questions, but what I really like talking to marketers these days, there's this dichotomy, because one is you've got AI and you can scale it both in quantity and then also, but then with Gen AI, you can also scale it with quality. So talk about, for a lot of businesses, when should you just basically just execute and scale, put out posts versus like really hone down, take your time, create something really of value. It may take you longer. You produce less, but it's more impactful.
Yeah. And it's a great question, because I imagine a lot of people listening today are perfectionist, like guilty as charged, right? So we take too much time doubting ourselves. And really, I'm just speaking from my own experience, but we don't go forward because it's not good enough or perfect enough. But the thing is, someone's going to see it on social media and forget it the next day. So it's a lot of times we're standing in our own way when it comes to that. However, quality versus quantity, there is a big difference when it comes to the technical things, right? So when it comes to SEO, especially let's say local SEO for a local plastic surgeon, right? That is going to be very important that it's implemented with high quality from an expert, versus, let's say, a social media post that's going to come and go in just a day and be gone, where we don't have to overthink those things. So it's a matter of weighing the ultimate benefits of the project at hand. If it's something where quality is going to drive your business far, like having a quality agency versus someone who's inexperienced, then we want to take time with that, right? And be very matter of fact about it and execute it properly. But then there's other things where just get it out, push it out. You just have to, otherwise you're just getting in your own way. So there's ways to do this, and there's ways to create quality content from these AI tools if you prompt them the right way.
Yeah, and then I'm assuming the strategies is what your media agency focuses on or specializes in. And it's like, it reminds me of or like in investing, you have a portfolio, right? You got the kind of the boring stuff, but then you got the medium, and then you got like to have the hot stuff. And similar to a marketing strategy, you have to have like just some of it, just got to push it out. And then others, like sometimes you have ads or reels or podcast things, just kind of spice things up. Which brings me to my next question is, with these social media algorithms, I was talking to this one, he was the founder of the Patreon, Jack Conch, and he was saying like, there's this dichotomy between incentives for creators and the platforms, because platforms, they want to get like views, engagement, ads, they want to incite you, whereas creators, they want to build that following. And a lot of really successful creators, they don't have million people followings, they have a couple thousand, but that's enough for them to build that audience. So how do you reconcile this dichotomy between the algorithms and creators?
Yeah, it's definitely the yin and the yang of everything. And it's really interesting because a lot of what I do, obviously what we do is digital marketing. So we're in every digital marketing space and we're hearing all this feedback. My algorithm is showing me a lot of content around digital marketing and influencers and creators because that's what I do day in and day out. And I've actually never had a beef, let's say, with Instagram algorithm for my content out, because here's the reality. This will happen with every social media platform. Every social media platform will incentivize influencers and users to get on their platform so they can grow their ad base, right? Their advertisers. And eventually, as these social media platforms get bigger and bigger, let's not forget that Facebook has 3 billion users, right? That's half the world. The real estate to show everyone's feeds is smaller and smaller. This is just supply and demand. So let's not forget, this is a free app. This is a free app that many people have grown their entire careers off of. It has never been easier to grow a business and get your message out there. So for me, it's almost like I have a little bit of a pause when I hear someone get frustrated with an application that's completely free, that give all the tools they need to grow their business, that needs to run ads in order to run this very expensive technology. And you don't have to pay anything, but because you're following more people over the years and more people are getting on that platform, it's impossible. And with the cost of platform for your posts to reach the same amount of people as they used to. And this will happen with every single social media platform, which is why it's important for people to get on these newer platforms and get in before the huge rush, because that's a way to build your audience before that real estate is taken up. So it's something to consider.
Yeah, I love that. And I really love this idea of finding the undiscovered real estate for attention. And it went from like Facebook, then it went to Instagram, and then TikTok, and then in between, Twitter, LinkedIn. So if there's entrepreneurs in the audience listening and they're like, yeah, Instagram is matured, TikTok is in flux right now, where should I be paying attention? Like what platforms, like in terms of videos, is LinkedIn or YouTube? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I really love this question. It actually get it quite a lot. And I also love sales psychology. I love human psychology, and sales truly is all about psychology. That's all it is. And so when we take our business, we'll talk about a local service-based business, okay? And you're locally limited. When you think about the way people find you, that is the first place you need to be. So if I am a spa in a city, and I'm thinking, how is someone who actually is ready to pay for my services going to find me? The first thing I'm thinking of is Google. Someone in Google, right? Or Groupon, or whatever those kinds of different platforms are. So these are the places that I want to optimize first and that are going to get me the furthest. So that means local Google ads, which are very affordable. You do not need to spend a lot if you are a local business. People really don't drive more than about 5-10 miles to get somewhere. There's only so many people you can reach. And SEO and optimizing your Google business profile. If you are a restaurant, one of the biggest places you can advertise on is OpenTable. Right. If you're listed on OpenTable, by the way, I know restaurateurs who don't like OpenTable because you have their payment process, which is you pay for reservation even if someone cancels. But you don't realize that OpenTable, their reach is massive. That is exactly where someone is going to book a table and book a restaurant. So I would be on that platform. And the same is true for everything else. Real Self, if I was a doctor, I would definitely be advertising on Real Self. I'd be getting reviews on Real Self. So these are the ways that I think and process these things. And even in my own industry, the other thing I think about is referral partners, which is huge. So if, let's say I don't do website development, we do, but let's say we don't do website development, there are website developers who are getting clients who only specialize in website development, if that client is spending money on website development, then likely they have a budget and are interested in marketing and pushing their base or their message out further. So that would be a perfect referral partner for me. And if I didn't do website development, they would be a perfect referral partner. I'd be a perfect referral partner for them. So you really have to think outside the box and be creative. I'm a huge fan of direct marketing and postcards for locally based businesses. It's incredible. So there's so many ways. It's just in your mind, think about how do you get to know and trust clients for certain things? How are people finding you? How can you build out referral partners? So some of this is scrappy marketing. A lot of it's human psychology. And a lot of it is just thinking about using your time and your money wisely and not wasting your time on platforms that aren't going to push the needle for you.
Yeah. I love how you described a lot of these platforms, which are really not like in the main well-known per se, but they actually function very well based on what category you are. And it goes to show that like marketers, you have to think psychology strategically and how to position yourself to put yourself in front of the client to get your best foot forward. Really interesting. How can people find you and reach out to you, check out your business, see if they want to work with you and so on and so forth?
Aw, thank you for asking me. So outside of my parents being doctors, they were hippies. So I have a very interesting name, Toccara Charisma, and I dare you to spell that correctly on the first try. Luckily, because of that, no one has ever taken my name on any platform. So you can search Toccara Charisma on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and Facebook, whatever platform you prefer. I have tons of free resources on there, as well as my website, which is my name. And then, of course, if you are interested in agency services and you have an elite established business, we might be able to be a good fit. And we offer free discovery calls and audits, and that's charismamarketing.com.
Yeah. And for all the audience that's thank Toccara for coming on and really insightful, lively conversation. And be sure to follow her socials and check out her company and business. And thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.